It was just after 5 a.m. when a frantic 911 call came from a mansion in northern Kentucky. A terrified woman's voice cried out, "My husband's been shot. Please hurry." When police arrived, they found the home in chaos. The wealthy surgeon, Dr. Bob Bosley, was dead. His wife, Amy, hysterical. At first, it looked like a home invasion gone wrong. But the truth would soon unravel into a story of greed, betrayal, and murder inside a picture-perfect family. This is the case of Amy Bosley, the woman who killed her husband to protect her secret life of crime. To outsiders, Bob and Amy Bosley had it all. Bob was a successful, self-made man running a roofing company that grew into a multi-million-dollar empire. Amy was a loving wife involved in charity work and raising their two children. Together, they lived in a sprawling mansion, owned luxury cars, and were considered a power couple in the community. But behind the polished image, cracks were forming. Bob worked constantly, often late into the night. Rumors of affairs swirled, and Amy felt neglected. Yet none of that compared to the dark secret she was hiding. For years, Amy had quietly been stealing from her husband's company. She forged checks, created fake tax documents, and siphoned off nearly $1.5 million. The money went to keep up their lavish lifestyle and cover endless expenses. But the IRS had noticed. By spring of 2005, investigators were closing in. A prison sentence was likely. Amy knew that if Bob found out, everything would collapse. Her marriage, her reputation, even her freedom. She felt trapped, and she came up with the chilling solution: eliminate Bob before the truth emerged. On May 17, 2005, the Bosleys spent the evening at home. Nothing seemed unusual. Bob worked late on company paperwork while Amy put the kids to bed. But just before dawn, the quiet of their mansion was shattered. Bob was shot multiple times as he slept. Moments later, Amy dialed 911, sobbing that intruders had broken in and killed her husband. Police arrived quickly. The home was in disarray. Drawers pulled open, papers scattered. It looked like a burglary. But seasoned detectives noticed something odd. Nothing of real value was missing. First, Amy played the grieving widow perfectly. She insisted masked men had stormed in and fired at Bob while she hid. But detectives weren't convinced. A break came when they searched the house more carefully. Hidden inside the family's washing machine, they found shell casings that matched the bullets used on Bob. Whoever killed him had tried to wash away the evidence. Police also checked the Bosleys' phones. That's when the IRS investigation came to light, showing Amy had been embezzling millions right under Bob's nose. The supposed home invasion was starting to look like an easy job. Detectives confronted Amy with evidence. She denied everything, but inconsistencies piled up. No signs of forced movement, no valuables missing. Casings hidden in the washing machine, a place only a family member would know. And most damning, her children told investigators that they had heard only one voice that night, their mother's. The facade of the grieving wife was crumbling. Just weeks after the murder, Amy Bosley was arrested and charged with killing her husband. In court, prosecutors laid out the motives clearly. Amy feared Bob would discover her massive embezzlement. She worried about losing her wealth, her family, and her freedom. To her, murder seemed like the only way out. But defense tried to argue that the case was circumstantial, but the jury didn't buy it. In 2006, Amy Bosley was found guilty of murder and tampering with evidence. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Bob Bosley's death devastated his children and shocked the Kentucky community. The man who built his fortune from nothing was gone, betrayed by the person he trusted most. Amy remains behind bars, with her earliest chance at release in 2025. By then, she will have served 2 decades for the murder of her husband. The Bosley case is a chilling reminder that behind the walls of even the most beautiful homes, dark secrets can be hidden. On the outside, Amy Bosley appeared to be the perfect wife and mother, but her greed and desperation turned deadly, destroying her family and shattering the illusion of the American dream, and all because of one secret she could no longer keep.